Convention Center across the street.
We're moving over there for the big pro,
For the pro
one because
event.
we're going to try and put 1,500 people in there and really blow it up and give 8 of the local, 8 more than 8, because there'll be 16 fighters and probably at least a dozen or so will be fighters from there.
But the reason you have a pro fight is we got a lot of St. Louis is loaded with really good pros.
Yeah. St. Louis, Illinois, Columbia, all
We've
three
got
of this
some
area.
really good pros, and there was hardly any pro shows for them to be on.
Yeah, and they need to get moving and get some exposure.
And we need the people to support the shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is your chance to see some of the up-and-comers before they go to the UFC and Strikeforce and everywhere else.
Absolutely, and
Speaking of up-and-comers, that 6th fight of the night, Hugh Foley. That
Yeah.
guy's an up-and-comer.
Yeah, let's finish the amateur portion, and then we can come back to the pros a little bit later because we'll have a chance to talk to Ashley. But yeah, that was a great fight on paper too, because I know Jason Slattery's undefeated, and he
Going into this fight.
but he's primarily has been a 155er, and he trains at St. Charles MMA. Good fighter. He moved up to fight Hugh at 170, and Hugh proved to be a little bit too much for him on this one.
He really did, and Jason looked really good, and was fighting his game in the beginning, had Hugh down, but Hugh has really learned to be patient. In the last couple of fights, Jay, I know you talked to him over, in the last.
Well, he's upped his
couple of
game.
fights,
Right.
and he has upped his game, and he's become one dangerous guy in the octagon there.
Yeah. Well, we need to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll break down the pro part when we have time a little bit because we're going to come back with our special guest tonight, Ashley Smashley Cummings is going to be here in a minute, and we'll be talking to her. So we'll be right back after this. Wonder if anybody ever calls you just Smashley.
It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache. But it's made of all the things I have to take.
Okay, we're back on the Sport Fighting League report, and we're joined by Ashley Cumming. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, no problem. Good to see you. Jay was telling me he watched one of your fights last night on tape, I believe.
I did. I got to see the fight that was in Vegas, right?
Yes.
This
I
is your
fought-
last fight?
Yep, April 8th. That was my last amateur fight. That was my 3rd time fighting in Vegas. I was defending my title.
There you go. Now, they don't see the clock that we see in the middle of your picture there, but
I actually have 4 title belts, missing one.
man.
That's an old picture.
Yeah, that was the last one that we had. Jan was able to pull it up for the graphics from when we did a story on you on Sport Fighting News about being ranked number 1 in the world as the amateur female at 115.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know they were doing amateur rankings. I thought it was only pro. And then the day that I saw it, I was shocked. Like, I had no idea. So that was
Nice surprise.
It was a huge honor. So.
Now, how did that fight go? Because I haven't got to see that.
It was a one. It looked. Well, I said I felt bad when you came out there. Everybody looked so much bigger than you, but you were so much stronger. You were so much better. You had completely dominated the fight. They started outstanding, and you just flipped her over, and it was all over from there. You went from 3 different arm bars and just finished off, and thank God the referee stopped it.
Yeah, I won by armbar, I think, a minute 40 into the first round. And I actually fought without my contacts. I couldn't see that well because the state of Nevada has a rule you can't fight with contacts. So that's why I went to take her down right away because I was like, I can't see where I'm punching.
Are they the only ones you've seen have that rule? I've never known that one.
I mean, that I've come across. This whole entire state of Nevada can't fight with contacts. And they check you, like, right before you go into the ring. They put a light in your eye to make sure because people try to sneak them in.
Yeah, and that's going to be a lot of. It looks like you're going to be getting the laser surgery eventually for the pro
Mike's been
career.
bugging me about
Right,
that.
you almost have to.
Yeah, you will because you're going to find there's going to be other athletic commissions the same way, and
Yeah.
something you're going to have to do. But they've got that down to pretty quick healing time, I think. now,
Right.
So.
Well, that'd be nice for you anyway.
Yeah.
You're going to
Save
see
me
better.
money so I don't have to buy contacts anymore. But yeah, I won't have to worry about my contacts popping out during a fight anymore.
Now you were originally slated to go over the Ukraine, I believe,
Yes.
and fight for Team USA, and you were going to hold off your pro career to get 3, 4, 5 fights in and that experience.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, a couple months ago, I was contacted by the Team USA coach, and he said, we want the best fighting for our team. We want you to represent the U.S. at your weight class. I was all for it. It was an international tournament. It was going to be 20 countries competing. Everyone's going to be the best from their country. And then I think 2.5 weeks out, the Team USA coach called me, and he was like, not enough countries signed up. It got canceled.
Fell apart.
So, and he, the Team USA coach, he bought all the plane tickets already. So, and he said that he can't refund them. So I don't know what
you
he's
guys
doing.
should just go on vacation then.
Really?
I don't know what
Nice.
he's gonna do about that. But I had my passport. I was ready to go. I was training my ass off.
If their 205er doesn't want to come, I could just take his place for the plane ride. And, I don't got to fight.
Well, that's got to be really disappointing.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed.
Did you know any of the people that were going to be in it?
A few of the guys, or one of them for sure. He trains at our gym on Sundays, and then Pearl Gonzalez, she's the number 1 ranked 125 fighter. She was gonna fight.
Oh, wow. And that happens sometimes. You've seen it before, Jay, with international tournaments and so many countries involved. They lose a sponsor or somebody thinks that it's going to come together and the last minute a sponsor just decides they can't do it. And especially in this economy right now, sponsorship is really
Hard to come
difficult
by, yeah.
for everything. So it's going to be... But speaking of that, if anybody wants to sponsor the number 1 ranked female amateur fighter in the world who's about to turn pro and you're in the St. Louis area, I'm sure that you would find a great representative because not only are you an MMA fighter, I first met you almost, I guess it was 3 years ago in April. You came and fought on an MMA card I did. It was the first show I did after taking a long break, and I came from kickboxing shows mostly originally. And I think it was 9 kickboxing matches and 1 MMA fight on that show. And you did the kickboxing
Yes.
match with Kalila Baker, and that's when I first met you.
That was my second fight ever.
Wow.
So long ago.
Yeah. How many kickboxing or
I've
Thai
had
matches?
Muay Thai. I've had 8 Muay Thai fights.
So as many as you had in MMA?
Yeah.
All undefeated?
No, Muay Thai. I always fought up a weight class, so I think that kind of affected me. My
Yeah.
Muay Thai record is 4-3-1. Every girl I fought, it was always 125 weight class.
And that was learning too, though. That was
Yeah.
just learning to get you where you're at now.
That was to prepare me for MMA because ultimately MMA is my passion.
Now, haven't you competed in boxing too?
No, I was gonna compete in Golden Gloves, and then no one signed up in my weight class.
Okay.
so
Another
I couldn't do it.
disappointment. It's terrible.
Yeah, it happens.
It's hard
a lot
when
on
people
these
train
things.
that hard and then that happens and these things get canceled.
Yeah,
That makes
happens
it tough.
often, so.
Yeah, too often.
Well, I was going to say too. Not only are you a fighter and a recent college graduate, I know, but you just started your new career recently.
Yes.
And you want to tell everybody about that, or
I'm a police officer for St. Louis County.
there you go.
I work in the West County precinct. I love it. I'm having a blast.
Nice. Oh, and for county, I wasn't sure if it was a city or county.
It's
Okay,
county.
so it's county. Okay, well, good. And see, so if anybody wants to sponsor Ashley, you've got an outstanding person here too.
Now,
You're
where
not
did you
gonna-
just graduate from?
Well, UMSL.
Oh,
And I
okay.
graduated 6 months later from St. Louis County Academy.
Okay, what was your degree?
Criminal justice.
So, okay, so this is what you wanted to do for
yeah.
a while.
Yeah, I've
That's
always wanted to
great.
be a police officer.
That's
And-
awesome.
Nice. Do people surprised or anybody recognize you yet? when you pulled them over or anything?
No, I've pulled over people from my gym before.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's always
Yeah,
fun.
we won't say anything else. Yeah.
Anytime I see a St. Charles MMA sticker, I'm like, whoop whoop.
Nice. Wow.
And there's a lot of those around.
Yeah.
You see quite a
We
few
all
of them.
have St. Charles MMA stickers on our car, so I know.
That's
I just
Who
noticed my
pull
neighbor
over?
has one, and I haven't had a chance to see who it is. But about 2 blocks from me, I just saw an MMA sticker for St. Charles MMA.
now. Being a female police officer is already going to be a challenge because of people already, perceive it. And then you're not the biggest person in the world either. So it's going to be an interesting career. I would love to be there to see how, because I don't think she'll have any problem handling herself. And, just you come across as very, sure of yourself. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You're
I mean-
a very direct person.
So far, I haven't had a problem, but I'm very stern with people. Like, as soon as, like, the second they give me any lip, like, I'm on them. And then they're quiet. So
Now, do you
then-
work by yourself or do you have a partner? Do you
I'm by
guys-
myself.
Okay.
Already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. St. Charles County. Well,
No,
St. Louis
St.
County.
Louis
St.
County.
Louis County.
West County.
Yeah. I like
That
to see-
helps too.
Oh yeah. I like to see them team everybody up for a year or two. That's a dangerous job, but
I spent 2 weeks in North County because they, like, have every new officer, like, experience a different precinct. That was interesting.
they had to come out to where we
North
live.
County.
Come out to a horrible place to where we live to train. That's
He's from
funny.
North County.
That's
Yeah,
okay
that was
though.
completely, it's like in West County you have the snotty people that are like crazy, and then in North
Did they
County,
tell you we're filming this, by the way?
Sorry. North County,
Well, the
everyone.
snotty people aren't watching this, I think.
That's okay. You know what? Good thing is our podcast isn't up yet. It's about 2 weeks away. So if they're not watching live, you're
Not
okay.
everyone in West County is crazy. Just some people.
That's right. That's right. Oh, that's funny though. I'm excited though for you because if they can get you enough fights, you're at the level we're talking about she's at already, and the level of the competition, you'd be fighting a girl of pro caliber anyway.
Well, she's
being
not
the
going to get to
number
fight Guns and Hoses, are you?
No, because
You'll be pro by that time. That's a disappointment.
Everyone's been asking me.
Yeah.
The police department.
I mean, that's a
right?
big competition. Guys people take that really
Oh, yeah.
serious.
It's
The
very
firemen
serious.
against the police department, and everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
It'd be great until the only firefighter they've got is 135 pounds though for you to
Yeah, I
fight,
doubt that there's a.
and you wait.
But that would be fair. That's what it would take
Yeah,
to be
that'd be
fair.
fair.
That would be fair. But that's especially by the time another 8 months go by. As hard as you train and everything else,
Yeah.
that'd be the only way they'd have a chance.
Well, do you want to give a shout out to anybody? And I know that you said you're looking to go pro. So if anybody wants to contact, who do they contact in reference? St. Charles MMA, Mike
Yeah,
Rogers?
St. Charles MMA. My teammates made this Facebook, I guess, web page for me. I didn't ask them to do it, and it's kind of like a way for them to make fun of me. But you can contact me through that. If you go on, and it's hilarious. Like every week they post like funny.
What is it?
So what is it?
It's Ashley Cummins fan sightings. You just type that in on Facebook. It's actually pretty funny. Like I think the other day.
You think it's been funny?
F-
It's not even
First-
close to what it's gonna be.
FAN fan sighting.
Yeah, Ashley Cohen's fan sightings. At first, I was really embarrassed, but I was like, I can't stop them. But I think like the other day, one of my teammates said like, "Thank you for stopping the rapture." He posted that like.
Nice.
So-
Well, you've got a whole bunch of quote unquote probably smart aleck big brothers there that
Yeah.
have
We're all
adopted you
fans.
over the years, and vice versa. So
Well, so let's talk about your training a little bit here. How many hours do you put in? Are you training?
Like 3 or 4 a night.
3 or 4 nights a
Yeah.
week?
Or no, I train like 6-7 days a week.
Oh.
Or like 3 or 4 hours a night.
Okay. So that's
Yeah,
become
I'm always
that's-
there. I'm
that's
doing everything regarding MMA. I even started doing CrossFit about, I want to say 9 months ago, so I've gotten a lot stronger. I do CrossFit with Battle Ready. They've teamed up with St. Charles MMA.
With Tony, yep.
It's convenient. I go to one location and my CrossFit coach is there and my MMA coach is there.
nice.
So they have classes going in different parts of the facility at the same time.
Yeah.
How's CrossFit doing that? That's fit in well with this.
Oh, yeah. Every MMA fighter at Mike's gym does CrossFit. We
Oh,
all
do they really?
Mhm.
Okay.
It benefits us.
Yeah,
all.
Tony's a good guy too. We've
Oh,
talked
yeah,
to him, and
he's
he's
awesome.
he's going to be doing some contributing stuff for us too on here, and he has on Sport Fighting News before. So yeah, really, really good stuff. Well, listen, we wish you continued success. We know you were going to be talking to you more. You'll be out at our fights locally probably, and hopefully we're going to have you on one of the Sport Fighting League Pro events
I would
pretty
love
soon.
that. I would love that.
That would be great. Jay, anything else you
Very
wanted to ask her
No,
before
she's
we
doing
leave?
great. Everything's good. Just looking forward to hopefully seeing her in St. Louis, so everybody else can come see her too.
Have you had a hometown fight